Hi everyone, hope everyone can hear and see me. If you cannot, please let me know. There is a chat where you can just drop a message if something, I don't know, isn't clear, you cannot hear me or see me, please let me know. So thank you very much for joining. I'm not sure if we should wait for somebody else to join, but I guess I will start with a little intro into what we're going to be doing today. My name is Anastasia. I'm the sales and onboarding specialist here at Kreo. And yes, this is going to be a webinar about a very interesting new release that we had a week ago. It's something completely new. We're now focusing on something that we never did before, really. And to me, it sounds very promising. And I'm going to share today what we already have, what we added a week ago, and some plans for the future. So you will be the first ones to see what is planned and what is going to be released soon. All right, I will share my screen in a second, and I will share both the screen with the Takeoff, with Kreo, and the presentation. Again, if for some reason you cannot see my screen, please let me know. All right, so this is Kreo 6.0 release. The purpose of this release was to start something completely new, again, something that we never did before. Everyone is using some language models at the moment, and everyone wants the AI to be smarter, so to understand what it's working with, and everyone wants the AI to understand what you're asking it to do. And this is something that we started doing. So language models that you're probably all using, ChatGPT, Gemini, you can ask anything and they will just provide some clear and reasonable answer. Visual models that we have in Kreo, yes, they allow users to measure a lot of different elements quickly and accurately, but they're not as flexible as language models. So you cannot just go and type something in and get the response. And I'm not saying that right now you can go on the platform and type in fence or windowsill and get all the fences or windowsills measured. No, we're at the very beginning of what we're trying to do right now. But we started merging the language and the visual models. So you can now hopefully easier navigate on the platform. You can start asking AI to do something in the native language. So you can just prompt it the way you would prompt any other chatbot or anything else. And we want the AI to be more agentic, so it understands what it needs to do. So not only performs a specific tasks, but so it can plan and execute something, not only, again, answer or measure something specifically. We want it to be smarter. We want it to understand what it's working with. And yes, it should be able to perform more complex tasks. This is what we're focusing on. This is what we released already, and this is something that we're about to release. So, a little agenda for today. We will cover all the new features that we had. All the new features that we had last week. So zoning, some new AI assistants, AI builder, and we're going to look into what we call a secret weapon. So some tool that, again, to me sounds very promising, and I believe it's going to be something that can change the way we approach Takeoff. But yes, I'll show that at the very end of this webinar. And now we'll just cover what you can already open the platform and access. So we will start with Plan Zones. Plan Zones is a new tool that basically splits your pages into different zones. You may have noticed that right now when you upload a plan, and I will do it as well, I will just quickly upload a plan. I will be using an MEP plan. It's quite a big one, so it will take a moment to upload. It's not that interesting when it's like 3 pages, right? So it's much more interesting when it's, I don't know, 140 maybe here, 150. So what it's going to do, it's going to automatically zone your pages. So it's going to understand where the drawing is, where the table is, where the I don't know, node is. And you will be able to see that, like visually see that. You may hide it because I will show that how to do that in a second. You may hide it because you will not need to see it all the time, but it allows us to work with a lot of different tools, the existing ones and the new ones, in a more efficient and intelligent way. Because when AI understands what specifically it's working with, the results get much more accurate. They're quick, and they're accurate and reasonable. So yes, it's split it into categories, and it's already working while I'm uploading this plan. It's already working, so you don't have to launch anything after you upload the project. No, as soon as you upload the project, this feature will be already available. It will not make the process of uploading longer. It's just a really big file, so it's still going to be quick on a smaller PDFs, but it's quick and it's efficient. I will show you everything you can do in a second. And again, it's going to influence some other tools a lot because it opens some new horizons, because some tools like text search, which I'm about to show, they vastly depend on these zones. Just a moment, it's going to be uploaded into the system and you will see that feature straight away. Just a moment. The reason I'm uploading it right now is just to show you that, again, you don't have to click anything. It's already working. AI is already doing its thing, and you can just, yes, upload, open, and you will see everything. By the way, at the very end, we will, of course, have a Q&A session. So if you have any questions related to new tools, plans, existing tools, please let me know. I will be happy to answer them. And if you'd like to test the new tools or the platform in general, please let us know, or you can fill out the form on the website to schedule a demo. So, what I see here, just a moment, you can see I detecting those. Again, pretty big file. But what it's already doing is already processing the pages, and basically, you can see it detects the zones. I will open a different file, so you can see what we have here. This red zone is labeled as drawing, which is correct, and this will help some other tools to understand. For example, text search, and I'll show that text search should count only on the drawing. We don't need to count usually within like tables or legends. So it helps, for example, text search to understand where to count and what to count. The same for some notes, tables. It will make it a little bit easier for some other tools to go and search for information within tables and schedules because they have been already detected. So this is how it works. Here's the little eye icon. If you don't want to see those zones, you can just hide them for a second. If you click one more time, you will see them back again. What you can do, first of all, if you open the file manager, you will be able to rename your pages quickly. We have renamed with the AI still available. You can ask the AI to rename the pages and then adjust the results. So it's still quite flexible. But here it's also apply all AI names. What it means, it's just AI went through all the pages, picked up the names of the pages, and now in a second, they all are named based on the title of the page. So you can use either rename with AI if you want them to be a little more custom, or if you want to just see the page name, you can just use this apply all AI names. This is something that this feature does automatically. One more thing. We have this question quite a lot. If you have like tables, what's the easiest way to import them into the spreadsheet? Because it's sometimes not possible to select them like PDF text, and rarely it makes a lot of sense. Here right now, if you click on anything like on any table or legend, it's going to allow you to export it into sheets. So you just need to click. It's a quite simple and small table. So it's going to be quick. You can see it's generated, so you will see the same exact table, but within your spreadsheet. Of course, with larger tables, it may take a minute sometimes to really depend on the size of the table. But you can just click and keep doing something else. It's going to be processing your request, and eventually it's going to add that tab into your sheet. So you can just keep working. I can just, for example, click. Let's not a good example. Let's open something else, or maybe some other page even. I'll just maybe click on that one. It's going to take some time at specification, so it's not a table. It can only move a table or legend into spreadsheets. So no, so again, not a good example, but you will be able to move any table or any legend into your spreadsheet really quickly by just clicking on it. If you hide it, it's not clickable, so you will need to just click and see it one more time. So this is what zoning does. You can just you don't have to do anything. The AI just does it for you automatically, and then if you'd like to move some table into your spreadsheet, or if you want your pages to be renamed, you can just click on it, and that is going to be done. Then let's move on to the next feature that we have. So the next feature that we have is going to be Ask AI. It's not a new feature, it's an improved one. So Ask AI has been with us for quite a while, and we've been improving it like constantly. It started with just a single page search, then we allowed a multi-page AI search. Now it's something even a little more smart. So how it works at the moment. First of all, something that I really like, we changed the interface, and right now I can use my voice to any prompt. The prompts to any language model should be very clear. So if you just type in a word or two words, this is not necessarily a prompt, right? So if it's a long one, it's better to use your voice. Just like you can talk to it, you can use any language, and just you can just say your prompt, and it's going to find the answer based on your prompt. So what it can do, for example, let's try not this page, all pages. Don't forget to select all pages, and then I'll use the microphone. Give me a list of all schedules. And you will see another great thing about this tool, the new one, something that we did not previously have. Previously, it would just answer with text saying, on page, I don't know, 5, you have a schedule of this. On page 10, you have a schedule of that. Now, there are links. So now it's creating the links to the page that you need. You can just click on it, and you can see now we have a table, mechanical schedule, lightning schedule, and it's going to bring you to the page. And something that you can now do, you can switch to this. For example, you want this schedule to be imported in your spreadsheet. What you can do now, you can go and zones, click export to sheets. I will just need to reload the page, I guess, because it's still processing something that I clicked on previously. Export to sheets. This one will take a moment to be exported into sheets, but I can keep working. I can keep doing something else, and it's going to be eventually just imported into sheets. So you can quickly find all the relevant information. I know, where is the page with division 8, 10, or anything like that? The page with lightning schedule, the page with, I don't know, plan for, let's try, what pages have HVAC plans? My mistake, all pages. It's not going to find anything. Stop. What pages have HVAC plans? And I guess it's going to still produce some links, so I can just click, and it's going to bring me to the HVAC plan, which is very, like, if you have a lot of pages, and especially if you're working with something, not just all of them. Floor plans, then it's going to floor plans, area distribution. So here, if I click on it, yes, HVAC plan, this is correct. So I would need to read through. You can again, my prompt is pretty simple. You can ask it in a little more detail. So with, I don't know, just a drawing, a schedule for something. So it's going to respond back with some information. And it's going to give you the links. What it's not going to do, it's not going to measure for you. It's not going to provide any like deep analysis, find the discrepancies between the plan and the scope of, no. It's great for you to quickly work with your PDF file, especially if it's a large one, like big one. You can just ask it and it's going to bring you to the page, find some answer, or you can ask it to create a table with something. Yes, but please be aware that it's not like an estimator that would do the analysis for you. This is a chatbot. Let's move on to the next tool that we have. So Ask AI. The next one is called AI Scope Builder. AI Scope Builder allows me to quickly build the breakdown for any new project. I know that a lot of you already have some templates and it's easier maybe for you to just reuse your templates, but we have a lot of clients who has a lot of very custom projects, or maybe they're little, like every time, I don't know, windows will be named and labeled differently, for example, and every time it's going to be some new breakdown. So AI Scope Builder can help with that. And again, we have some chat built in there, so you can ask it to change something. I'll switch to a different plan that I have. I'll be using this one because we have a lot of different, it's not like NEP, it's a like general contractor project. So what I can do here is the AI Scope Builder. Again, you can create all the groups manually, it's not a problem. But if you want the breakdown created by AI, you can just run your AI Scope Builder. It's going to take, of course, a second, and it depends on the size of your plan. And it will try. It's great if you have any spec schedule, so some data sources to take the information from. But even if you don't, if it's just a, I don't know, floor plan, a couple of floor plans or a couple of elevations, it's still going to try to create something for you. So you may change it later. You will see this little window here. Again, it's basically for you to retype the prompt, and you can ask it to, for example, here it included pretty much everything. So finishes, division 10 specialties. So you can see it basically created the breakdown based on the division, and then inside of the division, more groups. Maybe you don't need to go into all the details. Maybe you don't need to work with doors, just finishes. Let's do, please only leave the information related to floor finishes. Something like that. And hopefully, we'll try to do that. Maybe not information, maybe groups. So the prompt should be a clear one. Of course, you can use some simple words. You don't have to know any terminology for that. We don't have like a vocabulary with the words you can use, but it should make sense, of course. Well, it did. You can see division 09 finishes, floor finishes, all the types of finishes, and then the floor in preparation. And you can create that breakdown. You can just click create breakdown. It's created. And now you can start building measurements and add them into the groups. Of course, you can still delete groups, add groups, rename them. It's not that like it's still very much flexible. We just try to save your time on creating all those like dozens and sometimes maybe even hundreds of groups for each and every project. Let's move on to the next tool that we have, and it's going to be AI Report Assistant. Another AI assistant that I really enjoy because, again, you can use your voice, and reports, especially for new users, they may not be like as clear as we would want them to be. So it will take some time for a new user to understand where to click. Now you don't really have to understand anything. You can just type in your prompt and get the response, like the result. I'll switch to my platform, and I have a project with a couple of measurements, so I don't have to create anything and waste that time. So here I just have some measurements, show all. I have a couple of walls, a couple of areas here, and what I can do, I can create my report. This assistant works with two types of reports: table with measurements data and table with items data. I'll just select the table with measurements data, and I can click create. I'll open it, and here we have a little button, report AI assistant. Again, we have a couple of prompts here that you can use. And again, you can type in your prompt, or I can just say something. Let's try group by all levels and only include area and perimeter columns. Kreo, I hope it understands that it's group. Maybe I mispronounced it a little bit. Well, yeah, it understood it. So you can see what it did. It grouped by level 1, level 2 grouping. So basically the breakdown that I have here. And I can see it internal walls, the same breakdown. Area and perimeter. So it only selected the area and perimeter columns. If you want to add something else, add a column with vertical area. It's just going to add another one with vertical area. So you can adjust the results vertical area here. I just don't really think that we have any aggregate vertical area, because I don't see the totals. I'm not even sure that we have. Yeah, we have vertical area here. So this is what I can do. I can continue doing that. Turn on pivot mode. Pivot mode is here. Pivot by the page name. You can see it pivoted based on the page name, F01, 02, 03. So it can do a lot of different things with your report. You can just ask it to do something. What it's not going to do, it's not going to create formulas for you. It's not going to generate information that is not there. So this assistant is to work with how the report is organized, what you can see, how it grouped, what columns you want to export. It will not, you can ask it to, for example, I don't know, create bill of quantities based on a couple of measurements that I have. And no, not at the moment. And it cannot just generate formulas, some values. No. It can help you organize it, but it's not going to create any kind of report for you. So this is just, again, another AI assistant to make it a little easier to work with different tools that we have, to make it a little more intuitive, little more native to what you're already doing with the language models. And let's move on. Let's do the next one. The next one is going to be text search. Text search, again, we had this tool for a long time previously. It was a simple one, so you can click on any text and it would find all the same text elements on multiple pages. What it couldn't do previously, and again, it's something that this new zoning thing allowed us to do. So previously, if I click on some element, let's say, I don't know, something S2, any element, I'm showing a different tool. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Text search here. You can just select the text, click on it, type it in. What it's going to do, again, you just select the number of pages it's working on right now, its current page. And what it's going to do, it's going to find all the same elements, text elements on that page. Previously, it would just automatically count everything. I mean, from the legend, from the schedule, from the grid, sometimes if there's a grid. So it was still like helpful, but you need to go and delete some of the elements. Right now, it understands that this one, you can see drawing and here table. So it's not going to count one from the table. Like, it's not going to be just a joint count. No, it sees that there are 38 on the, within the drawing and 1 in the table. And you can unselect, let's say you don't want to count anything from the table. You can just click on the drawing, create count, 38. So this zoning feature allows us to make the text search much smarter. And you can, of course, use text search if you just want to find some information. Let me just select another element. I can just click on it. I will select everything, tables and legends and everything. And it allows me to see where it's located. So sometimes I can run it on multiple pages, selected or just all pages. You can type in any word, for example, for your specific trade, and then just click here and it's going to bring you to the page where this table or something is located. So there are a couple of different ways of how you can implement this text search. Usually, yes, it's to count elements that are labeled with some text. And now it's much smarter because yes, clients who has been with us for quite a while, they know that previously you will need to go to the legend and delete that 1-2 counts from there. Right now, should be solved. So yes, text search is done. Let's continue with a different tool. Cross-reference. This is the tool that I wanted to show when I was showing text search, because for me it's very intuitive. If I can just click on something and get the results, this is what I would go for. So for me, I just always want to click and then just see the results. So that's why I tried to do that previously. It's called AI cross-referencing. What it does, MEP contractors, especially HVAC contractors, would know how many elements, different elements you may have on the plan, and sometimes it's difficult to reference them. Or, for example, finishes, door schedules, floor finishes schedules. A lot of numbers or letters that do not necessarily mean something. Like you need to go to the like legend, schedule, anything, and you should switch in between and find the information, and it can take a lot of time, and it usually takes a lot of time. Right now, what AI does, you can click on the element. I'll show that. I will use the same one, maybe the same element that I used here. And I will just clear the text search. Let's do the same as to element. So you can just click on it. Again, it's available automatically. You don't have to launch anything. It will be just there. What it's doing right now, it's searching for some information about this as2 element. What it is, you can see, it found a table with it. You can click on this little pointer and it's going to show you the table. So you can quickly see what this element is. Again, very helpful on some complex projects. If you want to then go back to it, you can just click on it. You're back on this page, and what you can do, you can count just as2 with AI. If you unselect count and matching tags, if you want to count everything from this legend, you can click count with AI with this count matching tags on. What it's going to do, it's going to, now let's wait. It will take a second because I selected basically counting from all pages, all the matching tags. So it's going to be a second. Again, depends on your project, the number of elements and everything. It's going to be a second, but eventually it's going to show you all these elements, all the relevant ones from all pages. I will also show you in a different plan. Again, this is just an MEP one, really helpful. You can quickly get what you need. And then, again, you can just move the table into your spreadsheet. So all the structure is already there. You just count your elements and move them into your spreadsheet. So this is, I guess, the quickest way. Yes, we will need to wait because it's counting and I cannot make it faster at the moment. Just a moment. I really like to see how this tool works on door and window schedules because they tend to be very complex as well. And yes, you can see what it did. So it basically counted this E1s, E2s, E3s from all pages. And you can just click and it's going to bring you to the page and you can double check the count. So you can see they're all counted. So S2s that we counted here, you can see them page by page. Of course, this is something that I should have started with. You should validate. So please double check really quickly. Usually it should be correct, but here, for example, I'm not sure if you're going to need this page. So it's much easier if you just like click on the page just to make sure that nothing from some elevations has been counted. I don't think you would need this count here. or from some details or something like that. So please double check. But double checking is always faster than going and clicking and then finding the references and everything. So just quickly look through the pages, and you can see a lot of elevations in this project. So not sure. Yeah, this is a regular plan. And this tool, again, it understands the zones. So it will not count from the legend, from the schedule. It should not. It's AI. Please double check. If you see the mistake, report to us. AI is good. AI is no magic. It's not perfect. AI can make mistakes. So double checking is on you. The work is not like the initial measurement. It is on the AI. Yes. So now I have all of them counted. What I also wanted to show you, because I have a really good example for that. Let me just find it really quickly. Forgot where it was. Here. So I had here 212. One is floor finish, another one is door door type. So what AI should do, you should understand what a floor finish is and what a door type is. So here you can see finish schedule. So it picked it up from the finish schedule, not from the door schedule, from the finish one. You can click on it and it's going to bring you to the finish plan. Again, click on the text to get back here and you can comp with AI. If I click on this door tag, it should understand that it's a door, not a floor, even though the number is the same. Door schedule. It's smart. I was really happy when I saw that because, again, they're just 212. 212 is nothing. But I understood that and it brought me to two different schedules and I can then count them separately. So this is something that you would do. Again, for floor finishes, you would need areas, not counts, but for door measurements, you can just quickly count based on the door type. So this is something that you may use for doors and windows as well. So yes, cross-reference. If you have any questions, again, just please share them in the Q&A tab. And I'll go back to maybe the last one. Then I have one-click area AI classification. Again, one-click area is not a new tool. It's been available for a couple of years now, I guess. But right now we made it a little smarter, I guess. It can now classify the measurements. And when I say classify, I cannot identify directly what it's taken into account when it's classifying, because it seems like it takes everything, the legend, the how the area looks like, the pattern, everything. Because I'll show that. Because I'll maybe start with a landscaping plan. Landscaping contractors use one-click area a lot. So what I can do here, page, no schedule at all. There's only some keys, but that helps. No schedule. So no legend, nothing, no information that a one-click area can benefit from. I can just click on it. What it's going to do, it's going to just go and measure something. AI classification here is on. I need to create my measurement, and it will try to generate some name. So for example, green space. We don't have any details to make it a little more specified because there is no legend. But it understood that it's a green space or a landscape zone or something like that. I can click on it. I'll click on something else, and it will try to just assume what it may be without any details. This is the best it can do, and it does it pretty well. So it's surprisingly accurate even without the legend. Pavement. Well, plants and areas not, but it will give you a couple of options. Let's try, yes, external pavement. So it can work without the legend. It can also work with the legend. Here I have different finishes. So here we have legend, pattern legend for flooring. Let me just use it for one of the flooring types. It's going to measure it. I press enter. And in this case, if there is a legend, this is very specific because it basically looked into a legend to find this exact name. where it is here. You can see luxury vinyl tile. There's no way to make it more specific. The same with tile. You can click mirror tile and it's going to find and identify what it is. So it works with pictures, with geometry, with legend, without legend, with anything basically. With pictures, even though even this landscape in drawing was a picture. So but I will show you something like very like it's just a picture of an apartment, not a construction plan or anything like that. One click area. Let's try a bathroom or a balcony. Create. It will still try, even though there are a couple of pixels there. It will still try to tell me what it is. Bathroom. So sometimes it even surprises me how smart it is. But yes, if you have a legend, it's going to be even better. You can turn it off, of course, if you just want. Sometimes you can create a group, call it, I don't know, some turf or something like that, and you can just save everything under the same name, not to wait. This is an option. You can just turn it off. But here, if you'd like to use it this way, balcony or terrace. I'm not sure what it looks like, a terrace, so let it be terrace. This is what this new one-click area can do. Then
the Q&A and future release preview are exclusive to webinar attendees. Join us at the next one.
So thank you very much for joining today's webinar. Hopefully we will host a couple more soon because we have a lot of new tools in development and planned. So hopefully we will meet maybe a couple of weeks and maybe 1 month and a couple of months. So we will be updating you. We usually send emails, push outs on the platform to inform you about the new tools and the new webinars about the new tools. So you can follow us on, again, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. And yes, thank you very much for attending. If you have any questions, want to schedule a demo, please let us know. If you're already using Kreo, you have the contact information for our team. If you are just exploring the options and you want to see it used on your specific set of plans, just schedule a demo on the platform. All right, again, thank you and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.